Hello, we're in the office today of Chelsie Glaubitz, the newly elected president of the Minneapolis Regional Labor Federation. And we're pleased that she's welcomed us here to chat with her and find out a little about her and the labor movement in Minneapolis. So in all the things that you've talked about, organizing workers, elections, the issue work, do you see roles for union retirees in that type of work?
Yeah, no, I think I'm very excited about the Minneapolis Retiree Council and your leadership and your work, so I'm very thankful. I still remember it was probably 3 years ago, you showed up and had this great idea, and here we are now with a really great program where you're very engaged, and we can count on the Retiree Council to be a part of everything that we're working on. So very thankful for that. You know, every day more and more union members are entering the ranks of the retired, and we're about to have a huge boom of workers become retired workers. So I think your involvement and sort of vision of being here at the right time to welcome the retirees into the ranks is very insightful and very, very important. So when we're out talking to voters, we talk to our retired union members as well. So a good third of our communication is to retirees who may be home during the day, who retired workers and retired union members can relate to. So when we do phone banks and things, we do a whole bunch of mix, but we definitely do some tailoring to our retiree volunteers, and those conversations go really great because you're on the same, you're able to talk about the unions in the same way than other people might talk about unions. And then I think just sort of your commitment to the labor movement has been so meaningful because you've built this organization, you've built this to where we are today, and the commitment to seeing it continue is very evident, and that helps to build a really strong program. And I could see even some mentoring between the retirees and the young workers that are coming in, and I see that in our People of Color Union Member Caucus. In our People of Color Union Member Caucus, it's some of the great retiree leaders that are mentoring and finding young leaders to step into some leadership roles. So it's not just in the Retiree Council, it's also in all avenues of our work that I find value. So it's not solely siloed over here. It's in our organizing. And even when we do take on organizing and new worker organizing, we reach out to the retirees that are involved in your organizing and see who wants to come help work on the University of Minnesota campaign. And it worked out great because there were some retired teachers who knew exactly how to talk to the professors at the University of Minnesota about the value of belonging to a union. So it's been phenomenal, and it's not just showing up for retiree phone banks. It's everything that we're doing that you've been able to layer in and add value and add strength to what we're doing.
Well, we really want to thank you for this opportunity to talk with you. It's been wide-ranging, but very informative. Is there anything else that we should know about Chelsie Glaubitz or about the Minneapolis labor movement before we wrap it up?
Well, I'm very optimistic about the labor movement. I'm optimistic about where this organization and the MRLF can go in being a united voice for all workers. And I think that's the biggest thing, is when we come together as a united voice, we are going to be able to move this movement in leaps and bounds in our communities throughout our entire region. So I just ask you to come, be engaged in the Retiree Council, be engaged in our organization. We have something for everybody, and through that we'll be able to raise all workers up and really tackle the sort of continuing stresses on our communities, and the labor movement is the way to do it. So I invite you all to join us.
Well, thank you, Chelsie Glaubitz, for this opportunity. I'm sure all our viewers will get a lot out of it, and we hope we can take you up on all your challenges for work in the labor movement in the years to come.